Hello, I am here this morning at a place called Kennedy State Forest. It is in Cortland County. If you're familiar with this area, it is very close to the Greek Peak ski trails. So as you can see, the weather, there's a light rain. The forecast said the rain was supposed to stop by 9:30, and it's 10:30, and it's still kind of raining, and they keep pushing the rain back a half hour. So it's a little bit of a bummer. I'm hoping this clears out. And they said there might even be some sunshine, but I'm not really thinking that's going to happen. I'll just take it if the rain stops. But the goal today is to hike the Swedish Loop, it's called. And the Swedish Loop is about 5 miles. If I have time, I might check out a portion of go a little past the Swedish Loop, and there's a section where there's a very steep incline, and go down it and then come back up just for some elevation gain. That might add the hike to 6 miles. It depends on what the weather does. It depends on how I'm feeling. It is supposed to get windy today, so we'll just see what happens. This is also a portion of the Finger Lakes Trail, which runs all the way from one end of the state, the western New York, all the way to the Catskill Mountains. So we're going to check that out too. All right, so let's see what this brings us. So we're starting Finger Lakes Trail. This sign tells you how long it is to important junctions and lean-tos and points of interest. So we're going to do the first one, the Swedish Loop, which is the first junction is about a mile in. And here's the trail. And we've got some pretty young hemlocks here, some healthy deciduous, a little snow on the ground. Here's my dog Piper. And it's gonna be muddy. This first part is pretty level. I'm not far in at all, and I can already hear rushing water. There's a creek down there, which we're going to be seeing soon. Wow, look at these trees. Trail's in good shape. Not much snow. The biggest thing you got to worry about here is walking over branches. You just have to keep an eye on where you're walking. So there's the creek down there. That's looking great. We've had a lot of snow and rain, so I'm not surprised to see the water levels. Got a steep hill. Here's the trail. Finger Lakes Trail is blazed white. And it runs along the edge of this creek for a bit. It's great views. So this is looking west on the trail. This is south. If we take a closer look, there's a little waterfall there. There's two streams. And here's the trail. We're heading east on the Finger Lakes Trail through this wonderful mix of hemlock and various deciduous trees, which of course their leaves are all down. And like I said, the name of this place is Kennedy State Forest. There's a network of trails in here that are named after different countries, and it's called the International Trail Loop. I'll show you that and explain that a little bit more soon. So now we seem to be in a gorgeous, more old growth forest here because the trees are much taller, wider in diameter at the trunk. There's another creek. We crossed the last creek, and there's a second one here, which I think branched off from the last one. Looks like the sun might be trying to come out. Wow, how about that? Yes. Wow, ton of evergreen in here. Like I said in my last video in January, there's not much color. So you appreciate when you see you get trees that keep their green all year round. This place is beautiful in my opinion, all year round, in all different seasons. So this is the first junction here, the Swedish Loop Trail, which is blaze blue. We're gonna be coming back this way. But first we're gonna head in this direction, continue along the White Blaze Trail, crossing that creek, and heading that way. Sky really cleared up. Not entirely, but compared to 20 minutes ago, so as I said earlier, there are many trails in here named after different countries. This is the Ukrainian Loop Trail. We're not going to take that today. Instead, we're going to continue along the Finger Lakes Trail for a while, heading east. Snow is a little deeper here, maybe 2-3 inches, 4 at most. So that's where I just came from. We're leaving behind the dominant hemlock forest and entering into a mainly deciduous. Still pretty. Wind is picking up. Trail is like a little stream here. And you may not be able to notice it on this video, but we're going slightly uphill. It's gentle slope. Stumbled upon a stand of white pines back here, which is pretty. Also, as I get higher in elevation, snow's definitely getting deeper. Trail for the most part's been good though. Oh, that wasn't a big hill, but the fact that there's all the snowpack made hiking up a little more of a workout. In spite of the cold, I'm starting to sweat. I guess it's good exercise though. If you look, this is looking northeast. If you look carefully, you can see the next ridge, next series of hills, where the trail is now following, I guess, an edge of a hilltop, so to speak. beautiful up here. Something about the woods in winter, just extra peaceful. I'm more of a hiker in the warmer months, but once been trying to get more comfortable with winter hiking to an extent. Yeah, there's no bugs, and you definitely get more views. So now I'm coming down a series of switchbacks, and we're going downhill. Nice open field here. This is actually, I believe, on private property. We're on the edge of the state land. Sky is mostly sunny at the moment. Okay, I'm gonna take a break here, have a little something to eat. I want to say this is about the halfway point, maybe a little past it. Weather has really improved. This has been great so far. The snowpack added a little more physical aspect to this. I mean, of course, hiking is physical, but there was a little more of a workout there because of that snowpack, especially coming up that last hill. This spot here is, I usually like to stop here when I do this loop. You got this nice field here, and which is the same one I showed just a while ago. So the rest of this will complete the loop, of course, and I'm not sure. I don't think I'm going to do that continuation because the wind is getting stronger, and I just don't want to take the risk, especially with the dog. But I will go a little past the loop, and there's likely to be some excellent views of the hills to the east just before the trail pitches right down. But maybe some other time I'll do that section. All right. Well, that's looking west toward the hills we just came down from. And I like all the beech trees in here. Predominantly beech forest, it looks like. Okay, so we have some views to the east. You can't really see these views in the summer, so this is a good time of year if you venture back this far to get a glimpse of them. I'm gonna turn around here. I'm not going much further because it really gets steep there, and between the snow and the dog, I don't feel it's a smart thing to risk injury or whatnot, but I will come back at some point in the future. There are really, take a look, definitely some pretty views. I know there are trees in the way, but kind of get an idea. Okay, so now what I have to do is, to complete the loop, is turn this way. This is going to be interesting because this double track trail, which I think doubles as a snowmobile trail maybe. You can see it's kind of a stream. That's where I just came from with those views in the beech forest. This continues to the southeast. So I'm going to head this way. This section is relatively flat. I mean, there's some slight inclines. And then we're going to get back into a gorgeous hemlock forest. This area was once logged, I think about five or 6 years ago. Not all the trees are down, but I'd say about half of them, roughly. I mean, keep in mind, this is a state forest, so they do forest management in these places. And this section, the Swedish Loop Trail, this is blue blazed. Okay, at this point, the Swedish Loop veers off that dirt road and turns back into a footpath, a primitive footpath. And we're back in the forest for real. So much green, love it. Okay, so this completes the loop portion of this hike. So what I have left is the returning on the westward on the Finger Lakes Trail back to the trailhead where I started. And there is that running stream again. We gotta go that way. All right, well, that concludes the Swedish Loop at Kennedy State Forest. It's located about 40 miles south of Syracuse, New York. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with the region, this is central New York, smack in the middle of upstate New York. So it was 6.6 miles. The loop itself is about 5.4 miles, but I added just shy of a mile by taking the White Blaze Finger Lakes Trail to that quote view. And then, so I mean, about 6.5 miles, which isn't bad for a day in January. So I highly recommend this loop if you're looking for something that has a little bit of ups and downs, but nothing too dramatic. It's got a nice variety of forest, and it can really be enjoyed any time of year with the proper equipment. You know, as you can see, there was some snow. There was about 3 to 4 inches of snow in the higher terrain. And then some of it had no snow at all, but it was wet. All right, well, if you liked what you saw, please click and subscribe to CNY Trail Tales, and I hope to see you on the next outing.